Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Moore's Monday Minutes. Before we get started, I wanted to give a shout out to everybody who participated in Trunk or Treat. Thank you so much for coming out and making that enjoyable for the kids. Even though we lost, I will give a huge shout out to our football team. They played their hearts out. So it was a successful senior night and I know they gave it all they could. Now starting on the bond stuff. So first, cafeteria. We are so excited the cafeteria has come so far. We are now at the place where everything is clean and prepped and they are going to start doing the epoxy floors. So, after this video, then I can't go in there anymore until next week. And then at that point, we're just going to be at the place where we're hanging things on the wall and doing all the little finishing touches before November 20th, which is going to be our Thanksgiving luncheon, but it is also going to be a ribbon cutting for the cafeteria. It's going to be our first kind of debut and exposure to the look of what the new elementary is going to look like. So I am super excited about that. Next, our storage and field house expansion down by the football field. So we've been waiting. Blocks should be coming this week or next week, and we'll start seeing a change in that. Same thing with the transportation building. We have had crews out there working. They've been doing some excavating in that rock to level all that and get that prepped for all the concrete. But the block should be coming at the same time this week or next week to get that started to go up. Elementary. So we had a special board meeting October 27th, and we were able to approve all those contracts. November 6th, this Thursday, we will be having a pre-con meeting. Gallagher will meet with all the contractors that were selected in the bid process, and they'll start going over the ins and outs of how that's going to play out. And really, we won't at that point work at a calendar, but they're definitely going to get the understanding of how things are going to proceed. And then at that point, Gallagher will start working on the schedule of getting things in line. Like I said in the previous video, the months from the end of November through January are really kind of slow. It's really hard to get crews out over the holiday breaks. And so there are certain things that will happen because it's really nice that they can happen when nobody's here. But for the most part, we'll really be seeing a lot more progress come January. Next is the Estes Gym. So seats are coming. Those are going to be installed later this week, next week. Along with the bars. So bars that have been put in and welded in are additional railings that were added to the railings that we already currently have. The new railings, the ones that will go behind the seats and down the stairs for the bleachers, those are actually prefab, and so those will be coming in once the seats are installed, and then they will be put in. And then we'll just have to do finishing touches. All those are going to be painted, and so everything will be clean and pristine. That's it as far as bond. We are really, really busy for the next really just until the end of the semester. So first of all, we do have a pep rally this Friday. It is our senior celebration pep rally. We don't have the times yet because we're still working on the slideshows and figuring out exactly how much time is going to be needed for that pep rally. But that Friday will be our last district game at Very Best at 7:30. But the Thursday prior, junior high will be playing their last game here at 5:30. Next week, so because state band on Tuesday and Wednesday we're not having school, we did make up. We came to school today for a full day, and then next Monday is a half day, but next Monday is so full. So at 8:30 we will be doing our Veterans Day program. At 10 a.m. we will be doing a send-off for our Hornet Band, and then at 12:30 will be dismissal. So definitely wishing them all the best of luck on their trip to state in San Antonio. So a couple things I did want to talk about just regarding things that are happening in the classroom. We have been doing a big push for teacher incentive allotment. So we are in our application year and rolling that out. This is our year of data collection. So we are not only collecting data over students. We're collecting data over teachers and just getting input, whether it's surveys from teachers, surveys from out. But teacher incentive allotment is based on student growth. That is the biggest key. So we are kind of shifting our whole thought process to be more aligned not only with teacher incentive allotment, but the new curriculums. So the curriculums aren't so based on a true grading scale. That's not how they're rolled out. It's more of kind of an overview and more portfolio style. Of course, we still give grades like we do, but we are interested more in seeing student growth. So yes, your child will still continue to get grades. There will still be report cards, but from 6th grade down, we will no longer be doing any honor rolls. We will do that celebration at the end of the school year when we do the award ceremony, but every 6 weeks when we've posted honor rolls, we will no longer be doing that. We actually, instead of just celebrating the actual grade, we want to celebrate with the student the actual growth that they are making. That's our new focus, is actually the student growth. Second, there has been a big push regarding communication. And so after some Title IX trainings, we are definitely having to form boundaries regarding this. So communication channels are imperative. We ask you to please, when you are communicating with your teacher and when your teacher is communicating with you, it needs to be via email or Parent Square. Please don't text them on their personal numbers directly. And if you do, please don't be upset if they don't text you back. So they've been informed the same, that they need to not be texting on their personals. We definitely need to be using Parent Square. There needs to be a third party filter that's checking through those messages. So again, I just ask you to please respect those boundaries, and when you are reaching out to your teachers, to please email them and contact them through Parent Square and not on their personal numbers. So I hope you have a great rest of the week and stay warm.